Welcome everyone. This is my seventh edition of the pre-Kona race video, this time with Miss Sara Svensk. Good morning or good evening, I should say, because it's actually
Yeah,
7 o'clock in Hawaii time and very early here in Denmark. But that's how we're going to roll it. It's look you
yes.
already had a nice tan there, Sarah, and two more sleeps before go time. Are you ready to rumble?
I'm super ready and I'm super excited. Been waiting
Yeah,
for this for a long time,
yeah.
so it's going to be very fun to just be out there on race day.
Let's talk about the 2018 because I think you ended up DNF, right?
That's correct. I
Yeah,
I was here, yeah, also like 3 weeks before the race and super excited for my first world
yeah.
championship. And then only like I think it was 8 days or maybe 7 days before the race on my last longer run, I had this severe pain in my back and it showed to be a stress fracture. So I did the swim on the
Oh,
race, but I knew I couldn't finish race because I was in so much pain and running through T1 was just like horrible. So yeah, I had a DNF,
yeah. Not gonna happen.
and that was super sad. So I didn't have my best experience of Hawaii. I still remember some of the good stuff because it was magical and exactly like I remember when I got here now training for my first week. It's amazing. Hawaii is an amazing island. The people are friendly,
Yeah,
and it's so nice to be here a long time in advance, but because you can actually enjoy the environment and enjoy the nature and the attitude and yeah. So now it's a little bit more crowded. It's
but
another atmosphere. People are very tense, but it's race week and it's fun to see everybody running around, bucking around, and yeah. But you can feel the tension. It's like
are you nervous
cutting
during
the
training
air with a
because
knife.
yeah, exactly. But it's also a bit dangerous. I saw Kat Matthews. She had her accident there in that was in Texas. But have you thought about it while training? Okay, I have to prioritize my safety first here because getting there to the finish line, that's the first job to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Always safety first. Of course, something can happen that you can't count on. Like for Cap, like a car just turning left and hit her. Of course, she couldn't do anything about that. But there are some things you can do, and I think you should definitely try to do it. Like you see people on alley drive like in their air bars pushing super hard, and I'm like, wow, come on, relax. There's a lot of cars, there are people running, walking,
Yeah.
and just take it easy for your own safety. And also, like, some people don't stop at the red lights. So like, okay, if you don't do that,
Oh,
you have
okay.
to blame yourself.
Talking about injuries, Sarah, you had maybe not the season as you expected because you actually only did like 270.3 races this season. So talk about that. Was that the old injury that went back up, and how did you find out, and how have you managed to prepare to the best of your abilities?
Yeah, it was quite hard actually because if we like rewind for to 2021, I had the hard year with the COVID and the heart problems, and then I did Cozumel, and I felt really good, and my body was strong. And then 2 weeks afterwards, I again felt a pain in my right side, in my hip, back, something like that. And for the first scan, it just showed that it was an irritation, so I just needed to
Mhm.
take some weeks off running. Nothing dangerous, but when we did a follow-up scan, it actually showed that it was a pretty big stress fracture. So the first scan was
Wow.
probably done too early. That's why they couldn't see it.
Mhm.
But it was, yeah, clearly visible on the second scan. So I had to take another 3 months of running. So it was almost 6 months of running. and that was super hard
Oh
because
my God.
running is my it's what yeah it's what I love. I love triathlon, but if I have to choose something, it's like running is what keeps me sane and what I love to do. So
Yeah,
it was very hard, and also
but
I had these big plans for the season with racing Roth and St. George, which I missed, and then Kona. So yeah, but. But it, of course, it healed. You just need to give it some time, and then at least I got the opportunity to race 270.3, and I'm very happy to do that. My body's a little bit prepared for the for some competition.
what impressed me, you entered the Swedish Championship actually like with almost no running.
Almost, I had like the longest run session I did was 13K easy. So I haven't
Yeah,
hadn't run any intensity, just like jogging, some strides to just get a
yeah,
muscle memory on again. So
yeah,
I actually surprised myself during that
yeah.
competition. I
Me
was
too.
when I hit the yeah when I hit the 13K mark, I was like, okay, the hammer is going coming soon, and I will get tired. But I felt
Yeah,
super good during that race, actually. Yeah, so
yeah,
that
exactly.
that sh
And the next, yeah, sorry, just it's because there's a little bit of a delay here, so we just
yeah.
try to keep a break here. But just go, Sarah. You said something there.
Yeah, I think that it shows very clearly that what you do on the bike and also on the swim, but mostly on the bike, actually transform pretty good into the run. Of course, you need some run
Exactly.
to be in good run shape, but
Hmm.
the heart doesn't know the sport. So for the cardio, a lot of what you do on the bike can transform to the run. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think was it Gdynia the next race against Simmons.
Yeah.
It's as far as I recall, you actually improved quite a lot on the run. So it like you just picked up like that. You know, it was really coming around the run quite fast. I believe I can't remember your splits, but it was really up there.
Yeah, yeah. During that run, I felt very good. Yeah, I have had some good
Yeah.
sessions before, so I was a little bit more prepared, and I could push through the speed. In Vansbro, I didn't want to push because since I didn't, yeah, I hadn't run so fast before. I wanted to keep it safe, but in Gdynia, I knew it was safe, so
Mm-hmm.
I could push, and it's a lovely course where like it's slowly uphill, slowly downhill, so you can really find your rhythm and just go with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
mm,
If we look at the Kona this time around, it's a little bit special because we have like one of the huge favorites, Lucy Charles, of course, coming back from a long injury, and of
mm,
course, as we talked about, Cats out of the race, and then we have some what do you call it in the sport, vets of the sport who have been there for a long time. So it's
mm,
it's it's like the power balance is sort of mixed up. Has
mm.
that changed you and Coach Frank's approach to the race a little bit? That like, okay, maybe we should attack this a little bit different that we planned originally.
No, not really, because it have more or less been about getting as fit as possible and
Hmm.
adapted to the heat and the hard race that Kona is going to be. What we have been thinking
Hmm.
about, like strategic, is that try to develop my swim a little bit more so I can be further up and bike with some people. I usually bike pretty much alone, so
Hmm.
trying to find a good group and stay with that group if it's possible. And to be able to
Hmm.
do that, I need to be a little bit further up on my swim.
Yeah. Were
Yeah.
you at the test swim? So Jesper, he made a good example there.
No, I was not. Unfortunately,
Okay,
I was there swimming, but the race was actually full, so I just did my
okay,
training. But I have been training a lot with Jesper, so
yeah.
hopefully some of his power can transfer to mine. But it's
I saw you had an I would call it ironic Instagram because Jesper he wrote that you did an easy swim. So, okay, this is your easy swim,
yeah,
and when Jesper swims easy, that means we are battling to catch our breath there. So he's a good partner in crime there.
definitely, definitely. So it's been super nice. He swim easy out, and I hang on for my dear life, just
Yeah,
trying to keep say the same pace as he do, and
yeah,
then he can swim hard back home, and I can take it a little bit more chill.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I didn't really catch, Sarah. Did your fracture there and your not being able to run for such a long time? Did that mean that you could actually swim even more, or was your swim time limited as well due to the injury?
No, I could swim, and there was no problem. In the beginning, I wasn't allowed to do any hard stuff on the bike, but swimming I
Hmm.
could do for the entire time.
There's no other plans other than Kona. You don't have any crazy plan going back to Cozumel after this race.
Well, of course, I think a little bit further ahead of if there's any race I want to
Yeah.
do, and
Hmm.
Cozumel it's on the list, and also Israel, which is the Middle East Championship. Both are late
Yeah.
November, but I haven't decided anything yet. I want to focus on Kona, and afterwards see how the body responds, and if I feel fit and not too smashed up and ready for another
Hmm.
Ironman, I will definitely go to either Cozumel or Israel. But I have to
Yeah.
wait and see about that one. Yeah.
It's going to be so wonderful. And are you actually, of course, people know that you work as a doctor. So are you, what do you call it, free from work in the time here around Kona and for the next half year?
Yeah, I've been free from work actually since January. So this year
Yeah, okay.
I haven't been working as a doctor.
It maybe meant that you had to spend even more time, preparing with injury and everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fine line, and you need to balance it right. I love to work as a doctor, but it
Yeah,
also well it impairs it affects the recovery a lot. So
yeah.
this time I decided to yeah try to not work and try to make it work economically, which is the hardest part.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
since I have some new sponsors that supports me, it was a little bit easier. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I talked to Jesper yesterday about his race, and
Mm?
he said that they are really focused on his core temperature. Like that's the main thing. If he don't respect that, he will blow up completely. What about you? You have your frame is a little bit tinier as Jesper, as people might have guessed. But is that something that you have to focus as well, or are you? Can you feel that? Right, I've been here for 3 weeks. I've pretty much adapted right now.
Yeah, definitely. I was
Yeah,
before I went to Kona, I had 4 weeks in Mallorca, which was like 35
yeah.
degrees,
Oh,
pretty humid
wow.
and sunny all the time. So when I came to Kona, it actually felt pretty uh, not cold, of course, not cold, but it felt okay. And I'm well adapted to the heat. Of course, it always
Yeah.
when you are out there on Queen K and the sun is shining or running in energy lab, of course you can feel the heat affect you, but you just have to
Mhm.
respect it and know what's your limit, and maybe don't be so focused on the splits, and lower your power or lower your pace, uh, and
Yeah.
try to find the right way for you. Yeah.
I can't recall what your swim level is on a non-wetsuit, But if we say like 55, 56 minutes, will you be pleased with that? And do you feel like you're still in strike distance if you get out of the water like 5 or 6 minutes behind, let's say, Lucy Charles?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
55, 56, I think is realistic and probably
yeah,
about what I will swim. And
yeah,
I also think that we will be a bunch of women on that time, so it will be perfect to
yeah.
get out there and hunt Lucy Charles.
So what is your personal take on that separate race? Because it's the new thing that you girls are racing Thursday and not Saturday. So what's your take on that you girls have a separate race this year?
Uh, well, I think it's mostly positive things. I think it's great
Yeah.
that the women get their own day and there's no risk for interference from the age groupers. It will be probably be a more fair race for both the professionals and for the age group
Mm-hmm.
women. And also, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's nice that we race on Thursday because then we can relax and then enjoy the men's race on Saturday. But then it's
Yeah.
the thing with triathlon is I think is that like we all come together. There are pros and there are age groupers, male, female, para.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has the same rules. We
Mm-hmm.
compete on the same course, the same distance, and I think that's something very unique with triathlon. And I would
Exactly.
love to race when the pro men and the age group men are out there on the course. I think that's like
Yeah.
yeah, that's something special with the triathlon, definitely. And but
Yeah.
but I think it was for this year you needed to do it like this. I heard that they are going to do it for the next year as well, and I think a lot of people are
Yeah.
actually a little bit like complaining about it, but we'll see how this is the first year, so we'll see how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If they have to rethink it for next year, but at least something had to be done because, of course, before COVID and everything, drafting was a major problem. Like it was everything that people complained about. So something had to be done, I believe. Which part are you a little bit nervous about of the race?
I'm not so nervous about the race course. I'm more nervous about like getting a flat or yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
or crash or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Oh, that's stupid. So are you what do you call it in Denmark? We say, or maybe it's an international phrase, but handy woman. Like, can you fix a flat tire on 30 seconds?
Um, I yeah, yeah. I if I now I have tubeless, so hopefully
Yeah,
I just need to like put some air in it. Because I don't think I will bring a tube and try to get the valve out and
yeah,
stick in the tube. No, but I have got some. I do flat a lot, so I have got some practice to do
yeah.
it. So I'm not
Okay.
nervous about it. It's just that that's one thing you don't want to happen on race day. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Have you
Mm.
seen some of the old YouTube clips with Norman Stadler, the former doubled Hawaii winner, standing in the lava fields? Not another flat, and then then just completely had a meltdown there. So okay, this is not going to be me on race day. How many guys have you been living and staying together?
Oh, for this time it's Frank and Frank's wife Kaisa is also racing as an age grouper,
Yeah.
and me and Jesper. We are all staying together. Yep.
What do you call it? A tiny but solid squad there.
Exactly. Tiny but solid squad. All Scandinavian.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, aren't many people who know Kona like Frank and Kajsa because that's maybe all they've been doing and thinking about for the past like 15 years. So that must also give you some, what do you call it? You can relax because they know this island so well and how to race it.
Exactly, exactly. It's been
Yeah.
very, yeah, it's been so nice to have them here, and yeah, as you said, both Frank and Kaisa knows the island like like their pocket, and what to do, what not to do, and how the race course is. And Kaisa
Mm.
is like the weather guru, so she can she knows how the weather is going to
Uh-huh.
be, and yeah, so it's been super to have them here. Yeah.
It's pretty late in Hawaii, and I want you to respect your relax time. So, Sarah, best of luck on
Mm.
Saturday, and please don't get any bad sushi. I hope that you have a great results, so I can invite you back to talk about your great race.
Fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank,
thank you so much,
thank you,
Sarah, for taking the
thank
time.
you.